Assalamu alaikum. This is chemistry 12th, and our today's topic is emulsions. Now, as far as these emulsions are concerned, these are actually colloidal systems in which both the dispersed phase as well as the dispersion phase they are in the form of immiscible liquids. For example, the well-known example we have got milk. Milk, it is an emulsion of fat, liquid fat, which is dispersed in water. Now, in an in these emulsions, we see the dispersed phase. Since both are in the form of these in the form of immiscible liquids, the dispersed phase is always in the form of small drops. Now these droplets they are generally bigger in size than the particles of a colloidal sol, and can be observed with the help of and can be easily observed with the help of an ordinary microscope. Now, as far as these emulsions are concerned, they have got a tendency of settling down. That means these emulsions they settle down on staining, but they can be stabilized, or we can make them stable by adding a third substance, or with the addition of a third substance which forms a protective film around each oil drop. Since these are the dispersal phase is in the form of small droplets, or in the form of small drops. Now the third substance which we add to it as a stabilizing agent, like we use soap, we use gum. They are used as stabilizing agents. These stabilizing agents we also called as emulsifiers. Now these emulsifiers are the stabilizing agents. They form a protective film around each oil drop and prevent the drops from coming closer. Thus the drops they remain suspended in water. now now, as I have told you that the substance which is used as a stabilizing agent, or the substance which we use to stabilize these emulsions, they are called as emulsifying agents, or we also call them as emulsifiers. Now the substances that are commonly employed for this purpose, they include, we have this gum, we have got soap, we have got glass powder, long chain sulfonic acid. So all these substances, they're commonly used as stabilizers, or we use them as emulsifiers, or emulsifying agents. Now as far as these emulsions are concerned, we have got these emulsions. There are two types. One type we call as, that is the oil in water. Now in this type of emulsion, we see that the best example, well known example we have got in this category, oil in water type, we have milk. Now milk is a type of oil in water type emulsion. Now in which we see that liquid fat it this liquid fat is dispersed in water. Now similarly, we have got this vanishing cream, which is another example of this category, that oil in water type. Now since the dispersion phase in this case is generally we use water, so such emulsions are also called as, they are called as aqueous emulsions. They are called as aqueous emulsion. Now in case of this milk, we have got the casein, that is a protein which acts as an emulsifier. Now see here how these are the oil droplets, and this is the water which is here, which here acts as a dispersion phase, and these oil drops, they act as the dispersed phase. Now another type of the emulsion which we have, and that is water in oil type. Now in this case, as it is clear from the water in oil type, that oil here acts as a dispersion phase. Now in this type, water in oil type, we see water acts as a dispersal phase, and the dispersion phase here is oil. The well-known examples in this category, that is water in oil, where we have the oil as acting as a dispersion phase. We have got this butter. What we see in butter, in case of butter, we see small water droplets. They are dispersed in this oil, that is butter. Now similarly we have got cold liver oil. Similarly we have got cooled cream. Now all these etc., and all these substances like butter, cod liver oil, and cooled cream, they are the examples of water in oil type. Now the two types of emulsions, that here we have got oil in water type, then we have got this water in oil type. Both are interconvertible. They are interval. We can change one into another and vice versa. Now, how they are interconvertible? This is by simply changing the ratio. By changing the ratio of dispersed phase and dispersion phase. For example, oil in water type. Oil in water type of emulsion can be converted to water in oil by adding excess of oil. Now as far as the preparation of these emulsions are concerned, these emulsions, the process of preparing an emulsion is called as emulsification, and the two types of emulsions can be prepared. We can prepare the two types of emulsions by adding the liquid which is to be used as a dispersal phase. And this is to be added in small amounts to the dispersion medium, or to the dispersion phase, with vigorous shaking. Now after shaking, after vigorous shaking, it forms a thin unstable film which immediately breaks up into droplets under the influence of this surface tension. Now the emulsion thus prepared, it can be made stable by adding a third substance that is known as emulsifier, and which I have told you what are these stabilizing agents, or what are these emulsifiers. We have gum, soap, glass powder, long chain sulfonic acids, etc., etc. And now as far as applications of these emulsions are concerned, we have got various applications of these emulsions. One of the applications is that is in metallurgical, in metallurgical operations, or in metallurgy. We see the sulfide ores, they are concentrated by means of froth flotation processes, by means of froth flotation process. And what we do in this froth flotation process, in this process is generally employed for these sulfide ores, and to these ores we add this pine oil, and this pine oil, it forms an emulsion with these sulfide ore particles. And these sulfide ore particles, they rise to the surface, to the surface of the tank, or to the surface of that container, by passing a current of compressed air. Now it rises because of the passage of this, or by passing this compressed current of air, and these sulfide ores, they rise to the surface of the surface of that liquid, in the form of froth, or in the form of foam, and which is then skimmed off. Now the second application of these emulsions is that the various pharmaceutical products which we have available, or which are available in the market, they are in liquid form, like we have got this cod liver oil, we have got B complex, etc. Now these are emulsions of water in oil type. Now the advantage of these pharmaceutical products which are available in liquid form is that they are easily absorbed in the intestines. Similarly, we have got a cleaning action of the soap, which is due to the formation of oil in water type emulsion. Similarly, the milk, which is also an emulsion of fat in water. So these are the applications of these emulsions. Now I hope that you would have well understood what these emulsions are, what are their types, and how we prepare them, and how they can be stabilized, and what are their applications. This is for today, and I hope you would have got it. Thanks.